everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with a new video, and today I'm actually going to do a book review, which was a really long time since I did last, like 2 or 3 years ago. But I just wanted to tell you guys my thoughts and opinions about a series. And of course the series is The Faithful and the Fallen by John Gwynne, and this series contains malice, valor, ruin, and wrath. So this is, to say the least, a very chunky series. I'm just gonna hold the first one up because it's too heavy. But this is a very chunky series. Like, every single book is like, I don't know, 600, 700, 800 pages long, but it's worth it, people. So in the first book we meet 4 different characters that we read from their point of view. So we meet Corban, Evnis, Varadis, and Nathair. So Corban basically just wants to be a warrior under King Brennan's rule. He wants to protect and serve, but that they will come way too soon because the price he has to pay is in blood. And now we have Evnis, and he has sacrificed way too much, or so it seems like. But what he wants is the power to rule, and that will very soon be within his grasp, and nothing can stop him when he's got going. And then we have Varadis, who is the newest member of this sort of warband for Prince Nathair, and then we have Nathair himself, who is of course the prince. I mean, this is adult fantasy. It's a lot of sort of magic and mystical things and stuff like that. A lot of different magical like creatures and stuff like that. Giant ass ants for some reason. But yeah, I mean, we get to follow these 4 different characters, and in between the other books we get to follow some more characters. They kind of change out, and we get to see new faces and stuff like that. And I like the fact that you get to read from the good guys and the bad guys, and then there's some guys that are basically a little bit gray. You don't really know, are they good or are they bad? You don't know. But I really like it because you get like both point of views from the war that's on the horizon, and you get to know why the one hates the other one so much and what they want with the other one. And it's just so like well written, because I was hooked within this first book within the like first few 10 pages maybe, and I did annotate this a little bit. I annotated the second book as well, at least a few times, and then the second 2 I just didn't have time to annotate because I just wanted to read and find out what's gonna happen. And honestly, while I'm talking about these books, I really feel like I want to reread them again, even though I read them like last year, but it's fine. Anyways, there is very well written, and it makes you want to continue reading, and you want to know what's going to happen. Are these 2 characters going to meet? You want to find out about the background. How do they know each other? Why do they hate each other? How are they related, or how do they coexist and stuff like that? And you just want to know what's going to happen. And the fact that there's like the good guys, which are the Ben Alim, sort of angel-like creatures, and then we have the bad guys, that are more like demon-like creatures. And the bad guy are trying to get the demon type thing to walk the earth again. While the Ben Alim is basically, none of these creatures are on earth at the moment because they've been cast away a long time ago, but they're trying to get back. The bad guys, you know, to make the end of the world happen, and the good guys want to make sure that it does not happen. But to be able to stop them, you have to get the Ben Alim back to stop them. And there's a lot of drama around that, to say the least, but I just really like the characters, the good and the bad. Like, the evil characters honestly fascinate me a lot, and I love reading from them, and I feel like we don't get that enough. And then with John Gwynne's writing, it's just amazing. And I've read all of these books so quickly. I think it was Ruin, which is like a hunker, like, can you tell that? This is 750-ish, and the first half took me a couple of days because I was working at the same time, but then the second half I read in one day. So I read like 350-ish pages in a day, and I just devoured it. And I'm forcing anybody I know who loves to read these books, because you have to. Okay, otherwise we can't be friends. But yeah, this series, since it's adult, there are also some scenes that are a little bit darker, morbid, very like graphic details about, you know, dogs dying. There's a lot of dogs dying for some reason. And anyways, and also of course there's wars and stuff like that, so you get a lot of that stuff as well. But then we have, I'm just talking whichever book comes to mind, but then we have Wrath, which is the last book, and this is like almost 700 pages. And I don't want to spoil anything, but this blew my mind. Like, there's a war going on like through all of these books, so that's not really a spoiler, but like the way he writes it with the details and the planning and how the characters like do it, I mean, they're so smart. And I just want to know how does someone come up with this and like not be in the military at this time at all, because it's amazing. I was like reading this with my mouth hanging open, and yeah, it's an amazing fantasy series. And I'm currently working my way through the next series by John Gwynne that are basically it take place a couple of 100 years later after this book is finished. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that one, so I just need to continue on with it. But yeah, you should read this series if you haven't already. So if you have read any of these books or read anything John Gwynne really, we can be friends. So please let me know down below if you read the books or not, because if you have not, this is your chance to start. You got some time on you. The year is not over yet. So yeah, this is me telling you to start reading it. But yeah, I don't know if you got anything worthwhile out of this sort of babbly, over the place review. But if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I hope we see each other in the next one. Bye.